Welcome to the next episode of What the Hell Are We Doing to the Van this week?
It's really bright out here.
It's not really bright. It's actually overcast and cloudy.
I have sensitive eyes. But today we're going to be doing the one thing to our van that we didn't even know we needed to do.
And you might want to do this too.
So recently we've been seeing a lot of videos talking about how the van, or Sprinter vans in particular, tend to leak around the side panels. So we're talking about, can you see down here, Jed? These panels down here, they have clips that hold them into place, and apparently they are a huge source of leaking. Now, we didn't see any leaking when we first had our van bare bones and everything there, but from what we hear, it happens over time, so it's best to just seal those. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna tear off some panels and seal it up. So right here is our box of goodies for this project. So we got a couple of things that are going to help us. We got a little trim removal kit off of Amazon. I think it was like $7 or $8 to help us remove the trim. We have some waterproof silicone sealant. We bought a couple extra of the clips that hold these panels in place just in case we break any. We have a T20 Torx bit because there are some screws we're going to have to remove.
If you have a Mercedes Sprinter, go invest in some Torx bits because there are a lot of Torx bits on this vehicle.
Yep. And so you could probably get away with that, just siliconing those, but we're going one step further, and we bought a trim kit from Alvan's, and after we get done siliconing, we are going to apply this trim that is going to also repel water off, so hopefully we never have an issue with leaking in those holes.
First order of business is we have to take these little screws out here, and that's what our T20 Torx is for.
So apparently there are several of these that hold these panels in place. There's one on each side of the sliding door. There's a couple in each of the front doors, and then there are a couple that are over or inside the wheel wells that hold those pieces on. Okay, so we started to pull this first panel off on the sliding door, and we were looking at the clips behind, and we noticed something. It appears that Mercedes is now putting a little rubber gasket on the clip to actually help form a seal to keep water out. We don't know exactly what year they started doing that. Our van is a 2019, but they're doing it, so hopefully it will be effective in stopping any leaking. So what we decided is we aren't going to pull all these panels off since those have gaskets. We are actually going to just put this back in place, but we are still going to do the trim from Alvan, so we're going to show you that. Now, if you do have an older van, you most likely don't have these little rubber gaskets on there, so it's a good idea to waterproof these. So we are going to put a link in the description below to a website or a YouTube channel, Freedom Strider. They did a wonderful job at showing how they did this on their van, so if you need to do that, go take a look at their video.
Everyone's cutting their lawns today.
Yeah, everybody is so loud out here.
We ended up doing a little bit more research, and even on Alvan's, one of the videos that they put out regarding their the stripping is that on 2019 they have added that gasket. So that's good, and hopefully that'll help with water ingress into the actual door itself. However, we are going to go ahead and put the trim on because it doesn't prevent it from actually going into the seams here. So this process actually became a lot quicker and a lot easier if you have a 2019 and up.
Okay, so this is the trim. I don't know if you can see the end of that, but this is basically how it's going to go in. You want these little ridges going inside, and then this is what's going to create I guess a roll-off effect where the water will just roll past the hole there and then just down the side of this, keeping the water out of the trim.
So this is after it's done. You have to put a little bit of pressure and really kind of flatten it out so this bottom doesn't kind of curl up. And as you get towards the ends, you can always pull back on the plastic and it'll help seat this gasket in a little bit better.
Okay, so with your trim kit, they send this little tool similar to a lot of the little tools that we had in our other little kit to remove trim, but this actually will help you get this in here more securely. So you can just take the edge of it and kind of press it, and it actually goes in there a little bit deeper, holding it a little bit better in place.
So here we have the before and the after.
Okay, so one little trick I did learn while I was doing this, I was showing you guys to push it in like this, and that's great to get it started, but once you have it in there, take the edge of your blade, stick it in here just like this, and then just run it like this in that groove. It pushes it nice and far back there. It looks really seamless now. I don't know if you can see that a little bit better, but it looks good.
And that's how you put trim on your van without killing yourself or your friends. I can't say that every video.
No.
Okay. Well, that didn't take long at all, which, I mean, since we didn't have to take the panels off, so remember, if you have a 2019 or newer, you should have those gaskets.
Gaskets, and we don't know how effective they are because they're new, so we'll see how they, you know, for people who aren't doing this trim, but thankful that we did not have to pull all that off of there.
That would have taken some time.
So I do wonder if even if you have an older van than 2019, if you put that trim on there, if it would keep the water out enough to where you wouldn't have to take the panels off and put the silicone around them, because that, y'all, was simple, so easy. It took, what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, about that.
If that, to run it around, and
a little bit of a learning curve to
just
put it in.
figure out
but
how to get it in around the edges. Once you figure it out, it goes fast. So, very easy way to protect your van from moisture and it's more than moisture. It's like some of those have like full-blown puddles of water coming in. So,
and real quick, because you asked about her, so this is Kita. I know some people have been asking about her, so here she is. Hi.
That's our sweet little Kita.
She's like the best cat in the world.
She is. So yeah, if we haven't told you a million times, she's going to be 18 in May. And
she's the main reason why we're building a van. So
yeah, otherwise we'd probably just fly from place to place and roam around, but she's too old to really fly, and so we just decided we'd build her a van so we can take her around and see as much of the world as possible.
Alright guys, I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, hit that subscribe button, give us a big old thumbs up, and we love comments, so hey, put them below.
Yeah, like, have you had any issues with your panels leaking? Tell us all about it. Share what you've done, so hopefully you help somebody else out as well if you had a different scenario than what we had. So it's always good information to have.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video, and until next time, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.